What is going on YouTube? 0088 here, and I'm about to react to my boy Thanos taking on Darkseid in the DC universe. Now, obviously, I know quite a bit about Thanos. I read the Infinity Gauntlet years ago. Basically, as soon as Infinity War was announced, I read that shit. I read quite a few Thanos' stories, so I know quite a bit about Thanos. But Darkseid, I'm not too sure of. I watched a couple of like DC animated movies with him in it. They haven't really obviously shown him much at all in the DCEU movie universe. But yeah, I know he's strong as hell. I know he can give Superman a run for his money. And knowing the Death Battle Screw Attack guys, you know how they made Superman like OP as hell. Like, in fact, they used the excuse that whoever's writing Superman depends how strong he is. I'm just like, what? Couldn't you say that about any character though? That's like the Max Landis reasoning of who would win between James Bond and Superman or something like that. I can't remember who exactly he said. But he said that at the end of the day, an ant could beat up Superman because it depends what the writer wants at that moment in time. And they kind of used that for Superman against Goku. I don't know, man. But knowing Darkseid, he can kill Superman, right? I'm pretty sure about that. So Darkseid's strong as fuck, but let's see what happens. Let's see whose mother boxes and whose Infinity Gauntlets is gonna overcome. Ikazor. There we go, Death Battle.
Some spend entire lives in search of it, while
waiting for this one, man.
But what truly matters in the end is how it's used.
Like with Thanos, the ultimate villain of
Thanos. I've got money on Thanos, but Darkseid is hard. I know he's hard with his crazy laser.
Where's an iron boomstick?
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Ooh, is that what they're gonna look like? Oh, I love it when they go CGI. I'm excited about this. I've been waiting for this death battle. Been asking for this death battle.
The cosmic celestials arrived on Earth. They experimented on the human race, creating 3 separate variants. The powerful and beautiful Eternals, destined for immortality. Those with a latent mutated gene, which would one day spawn the X-Men.
And the Eternals eventually colonized the moons of Saturn thanks to this science wizard named Mentor, whose collar's like the lampshade I put on my dog to make him stop licking his junk.
Charming. His name was
Why does
Thanos.
Thanos look like a deviant?
You were a fool to betray me.
I hate his cartoon voice.
Thanos was born into a life of luxury. Sure, his mom went totally insane and tried to kill him right away, but what do you think you'd do if you popped out a creepy California raisin, baby?
Its body and thick purple skin were
2,235 years old.
Which you'd think would mean everyone would hate him, but nope. The Eternals were super impressive and totally cool. Badass prone ever. It comes packed with its own laser weapons, light speed travel, and it can teleport through space and time.
And unlike most Eternals, Thanos has also dabbled in the mystic arts. Petrification, curses, even some of his throne's abilities.
That's why him and
magic than hard
Doctor Strange's fight in Infinity War was hard.
Makes Thanos an incredibly dangerous foe.
Yeah, good luck trying to hurt him. He can survive pretty much anything, including a gun specifically designed to kill him. He even shot himself in the face with it just to prove how goddamn awesome he is. Don't try that
That's
at home.
sick.
He's strong enough to overpower 2 Thors at once, snap a universal weapon known for its extreme durability, and even lift the gargantuan Galactus engine.
A giant super rocket big enough to move planets. According to Mr. Fantastic, and that guy knows his stuff, this thing is hundreds of miles long.
While the Galactus engine's size seems to vary from comic to comic, Reed's assertion matches its appearance when it propelled Ego the Living Planet. By examining the engine in 3 separate parts, applying the density of steel, and comparing Ego's diameter of 4,165 miles, we found that Thanos must be lifting about 50 quintillion tons. That's like holding up 140 trillion Empire State Buildings.
Jeez.
And he's doing this inside the gut of a living Kurt Russell planet that eats other planets and even stars. Man, I thought I had an iron stomach.
But destroying a star isn't a simple thing. Any energy directed toward a star would just be absorbed and adapted to. Only by completely nullifying a star's constant energy output can it be eliminated.
So Ego's stomach acid must be deadlier than freaking supernovas or a black hole. He'd probably love Mama Boomstick's world-famous ghost pepper pie.
Ugh.
It's fine. Just dip it in some squirrel paste.
Surviving the stomach of Ego isn't so far-fetched for Thanos, considering he's also survived a dip in a black hole, extreme reality warping across the metaverse, and the voice of Black Bolt.
What's so special about this guy, you ask? Well, with just a whisper, he obliterated 1 billion tons of rock. This guy can easily break a planet with just one shout, and Thanos took 3 of them to the face.
Although Thanos isn't known for being a speedster character, he's still quick enough to battle the likes of Silver Surfer, a being who can cover 500,000 light years in just a couple of seconds, putting him over 3 trillion times faster than light. With so many impressive showings, it's hard to truly find a weakness.
Except for one.
Oh, God damn it.
Thank you. Glad to be here. It's me, Deadpool, slayer of Deathstrokes, befriender of ponies, and breaker of mad Titan hearts. And like Casanova, the ravenous reaper can't get enough of me. Thanos just hates that. Ooh.
Well, Thanos did curse him so he couldn't die and be with her.
I know, right? He's a big purple crybaby. Have you seen that chin, though? It's like he got hit in the face with a slack chop.
Don't you have like a party in Ponytown to be at?
Ah, come on, buddy. You can't have a death battle season without Deadpool, right?
We did. The last one.
Nobody counts that one. I mean, that's the year you pit a dog in a trench coat against a goddamn bear. What did you think would happen?
Yeah.
Whatever. I know I'm not wanted. See you next year. DP out.
Oh, good riddance.
Even with all of these powers and abilities, Thanos still felt he needed something more to impress Death. Think he's compensating for something, Wiz?
Oh, absolutely. So he built the Infinity Gauntlet, a golden glove which harnessed the power of 6 multicolored gems, known as Infinity Stones. With these, he can control the full spectrum of space, reality, mind, power, soul, and time.
And with those powers combined, he summons Captain...
His powers combined. I was waiting for that. I thought that sounded familiar. So why just click Darkseid out of existence?
Yeah, same difference. But wait, isn't the Time Stone the green one in Doctor Strange's necklace?
Well, in the movie universe, the Time Stone is green, but in the original comic series, it's orange. This is because every universe has its own unique Infinity Gauntlet that works exclusively there. And sometimes the stones are different in color. Here, just follow this handy diagram I made.
Yeah, don't care. So with all the stones, he wiped out half the universe with only a snap of his fingers. But he also started going a bit crazy and began to doubt his ability to perform. Hey, happens to the best of us.
Yet it never keeps the Mad Titan at bay for long, whose constant lust for power and godly status in the universe is only matched by his drive to just kill everybody.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Love that bit. I've seen that film too many times.
10 billion years ago, the primeval
Darkseid's why I need to listen now. I need to know what Darkseid's about.
That the one with Thor and Jeff Goldblum?
No. Yes, kind of. The battle was so great that the result was an explosion that tore the gods asunder, sending a great god wave throughout the metaverse, eventually birthing a new generation known as the New Gods.
Alpine Space Skier, Fancy Pants Shakespeare, and this cyborg spider Humpty Dumpty. Half of these guys ended up on a beautiful paradise world called New Genesis, while the rest got stuck on an actual fireball called Apocalypse. With a K.
Among these damned souls was Prince Euxis, second in line to the throne behind his older brother Drax.
What?
Not Dave Bautista Drax, but DC Drax.
Oh man, I really like that guy. He's not afraid to see what he's thinking.
You are horrifying to look at, yes.
To rule Apocalypse, Drax was meant to enter the mysterious Omega Pit and absorb the Omega Effect, a force of destructive entropy bound within Apocalypse.
But being the crap
I think Darkseid came first before Thanos, and then Marvel copied Darkseid. They wanted their own big bad like him.
And so
now
the
Thanos
Omega
is bigger
Effect
kind of.
transformed
He is,
Euxis into the physical manifestation of tyranny.
in terms of general public.
Darkseid.
Now what? Now you die.
As the king of Apocalypse, Darkseid entered a war on the universe. Whether he was kicking New Genesis' ass or giving the Man of Steel a hard time, Darkseid was always working toward his one goal, conquering all life.
And thanks to his new
Whoa, he's way older than
he has
Thanos.
incredible superhuman strength, speed, agility,
200,000
and
years
immortality.
old.
He's already over 245,000 years old.
Birthdays must be meaningless at that
time
point.
to push
He's got a whole bunch of cool Omega powers that break all the rules of nature. He can teleport across time and space, fly at unthinkable speeds, warp reality around him, and grow supersized.
Something he's pretty used to doing, fitting in, given that the normal size of a new god is about the size of a star.
Oh yeah, I've had that kind of trouble with my boomstick tube.
He can use various psionic powers like telekinesis and telepathy, and can easily manipulate sentient beings thanks to a cosmic awareness of the multiverse powered by 18 divine senses.
You know, I bet he never forgets where he leaves his keys.
If I just sit
Like
on
a
a chair
space-age
casually.
necromancer, Darkseid can possess living or deceased beings, controlling them like puppets. He can even control basic inanimate objects, just like the Nomad of Nowhere.
What? Holy shit! Wiz, never thought I'd say this, but I might have had too much to drink.
But Darkseid's deadliest technique is his signature Omega Beams. These burning lasers of hatred are capable of instant sharp turns and tracking
Those are the
multiple
eye
targets
lasers I was
at
talking
once.
about.
They're splitting up. They can do that. They're locked on us.
On contact, the beams can either disintegrate their target, transmute matter,
Omega beams
erase
can turn
beings from
invisible and phase
existence,
through
or trap
objects
enemies in the
and such
Omega
that they
Sanction.
can also
The
lock
Omega
onto the
Sanction is a
target's
sort of life trap.
frequency,
Its target enters a
making them
self-contained
nearly
reality
impossible
where they
to
live out
avoid.
an infinite number of lives for eternity.
What?
Oh, that doesn't sound so bad. I just do a
Right.
Bill Murray.
I thought they were just eye lasers.
To learn piano. Or
You know, in the film, they're just going to be eye lasers.
Yeah, that's probably about it.
Well, there's a catch. Each life in the Sanction gets progressively
Thanos has
worse
eye
as it
lasers too.
goes,
It never showed that in the
including
movies.
how you die. When the third Mr. Miracle was trapped in it, he was fairly unaware until he was beaten, burned, mutilated, and castrated, broken to a point of intentionally overdosing. And that was just his first life in the Sanction.
Oh. No thanks. I'm good.
To overpower the multiverse, Darkseid would face some pretty steep competition. However, his power eclipses those of even some of the strongest heroes around.
He's fast enough to take a trip to the Source Wall in just a few seconds. That's at the very edge of existence. So, like, you're not gonna be able to map quest that shit.
The edge of the observable universe is about 45 billion light years away, and scientists hypothesize the actual scale is over 106 trillion times greater. It took a whole year for the legendary Helm of Nabu to make this journey. But for Darkseid, all of 5 seconds. To pull this off, he'd have to be moving over 87 duodecillion times the speed of light.
Jesus.
Which is totally a real number.
Darkseid might be
I
Thanos
understand.
here.
But if he's super big in Fourth World, wouldn't he have an easier time getting to the edge?
We're factoring the scaling across his universe as a whole. Besides, technically the Fourth World is 4 billion years older than our own universe, so the distance to the edge is probably even further.
He's so quick, he can choke out Superman before he even sees him move, or knock him out cold in just a few bitch slaps. And Superman can survive supernovas to the face. Also, since Darkseid wasn't affected by the Crisis Mega Reboot, it's still canon that he can blitz pre-Crisis suit.
You're so strong, you're not affected by a reboot.
Darkseid
Imagine
is
that.
strong enough to crush a lantern ring with ease, destroy planets with his Omega Beams, and wipe out the Justice League with a single strike. Even with all this power, Darkseid believed he could not dominate the universe until he discovered his ultimate prize, the anti-life equation.
Ha! I knew numbers were bad for you. Take that, Miss Jensen, and your stupid ruler.
The anti-life is technically an entity of its own, a fragmented piece of the source from which all life originates. However, Darkseid discovered a formula which essentially manipulates the anti-life's presence in all living things, in a manner which definitively proves that all freedom and hope are meaningless efforts.
So it's math that just makes you sad.
Yes, and a slave to Darkseid, but yes. So, the anti-life is pretty weird, but you know what's even more so? The Darkseid that you think you know isn't actually Darkseid.
Huh?
Say what now?
He became the very essence of tyranny itself. This non-corporeal god rests in the higher plane of Fourth World, and molds avatars of his consciousness to interact with the multiverse around him. While
What?
each avatar is weaker than his true self, it's a necessary
And that's how
handicap,
bodies
as
are
his
made
own
from
existence in a universe other than Fourth World would
The true
shatter the
dark
laws
side
of reality,
of the Father
ending
Christ.
time and space as we know it.
What?
The sheer power of the Omega Effect threatens entire cosmos, Similar to how its equal, the Astroforce, could counter an Oblivion bomb, capable of annihilating the universe in a single blast.
Holy shit! His avatar may lose some power, but it's still tough enough to survive a bomb Lex Luthor designed to rip apart existence and to shut down
Darkseid's just an avatar to hold his evil energy, or
Sounds
what?
like it was made up by a circus clown, and that kind of makes sense because apparently no life form can stand up to it, just like clowns.
Except for Darkseid.
Well, Darkseid isn't immune to all guns. All you need is a neat little Radion bullet.
Think of Radion as the new god's kryptonite. Despite all his power, Darkseid is far from invincible, and his essence shattered by Superman
Soul stolen by death.
singing.
Hey, Darkseid, look at this photograph!
To this day, even after so many cataclysmic events, his mission,
Oh, they gave him
every
these weird
living being in the
weaknesses, man.
multiverse will bend to the will of Darkseid.
I know Thanos' weakness as well. But...
You will suffer slowly. I grant you a quick death.
Thanos' weakness is quite meta, so I don't know.
All right, the
Don't say what
combatants
that
are
is.
set. Let's end this
Hey.
debate once and for all.
But first, I need something that can sink
Hey,
my
can't
godly-
wait, let's get on
It's
this!
time for a death battle!
Here we go! Ooh!
Why, you can teleport, it'll bend you through time and space, and it's perfect for gaming. You follow me? Sure you do. You're a forward-thinking guy.
At last.
Hey, Thanos! Buddy! How are you doing? Rocking that chin as always.
Get off my throne and kneel. Face death at the hand of your new emperor.
You know not the infinite web of destruction.
They're literally mirror images. I love how Darkseid just headbutted his fist, man. What's that? You didn't see what stone that was. His hands are still behind his back.
You first.
Whoa. That was sick. Oof, this is some universe bending battle, bro. Thanos copter. Jeez, Darkseid just looks sick the way he fights, like he's sitting there like... Love his eye lasers, man. Look at that. Yo, they went all out for this one. The hell? Darkseid doesn't even need like a gauntlet or anything like that, man. Oh, flying planets. Is that into the sun?
I am Thanos. Thanos is supreme. Is God.
What? Darkseid just... What's going on? The madness. Did Darkseid just turn the sun like into... What the... Darkseid's huge, isn't he? Thanos could make himself big if he, yeah, there you go. Thanos could do that easy as well. With the Gauntlet, he could do anything. Oh no, Thanos, why did you do that? Too proud to do that, isn't it? That's probably why he's going to lose. Thanos has too much pride. Jesus, they are universe bending. What? Double KO! Why is Darkseid so small there?
These games bore me. But this will bring a smile to my face.
Yeah, there we go. Is that it? Darkseid can't beat that. Or is it because it's from a different... What? He can't beat it.
Who are you? Who are you?
I'm sure.
You can't even blink him out of existence. Is it because he's from a different universe? 'Cause
This is who I am.
that's his real form.
Your reality is far from mine.
Okay,
I
yeah.
have no power.
Yeah. Gauntlet can only work in the Marvel universe.
I am all things. This is who I am.
This is sick. Well done, Death Battle. I'm loving this. Jeez, Thanos is gone, isn't it?
Is he looking at us?
Oh my god, it's Deadpool with a gun!
Marvel fans will be so pissed. But I can believe this, man. That's
Behold,
endless death.
So you watching any anime?
Oh man, that's the worst way he could have gone out. Because now he's gonna be dying over and over.
Jeez, Darkseid ruined Thanos.
Especially while wielding the Infinity Gauntlet. Unfortunately, the Gauntlet had a fatal flaw.
Yeah, that golden glove only works in its own universe, and Darkseid could easily move the fight to new ones with his boomstick tubes. Universe hopping is kind of his thing.
The Reed Richards of the Interdimensional Council of Reeds figured this out. Its 3 founding members, Reed, and Reed, each possessed Infinity Gauntlets, but discovered that they couldn't work outside of their own universe.
The Gauntlet had no problem making Darkseid's avatar not feel so good, but since Darkseid's true form was always in the Fourth World universe, Thanos couldn't actually finish him off with the
The
Gauntlet.
Darkseid's basically playing a video game all the time. That's
The
it.
picture wouldn't change.
He's basically just a guy online.
And true Darkseid's presence would actually just destroy everything just by being there.
But he didn't just lose because of the Gauntlet. He really couldn't keep up with the Space Golem.
Even going toe-to-toe with it being as fast as Silver Surfer was nothing compared to when Darkseid took a trip to the edge of existence. This puts Darkseid almost 28 octillion times faster than Thanos.
Wow.
And his Omega effect scales to the Astro Force, which could
Darkseid
equal
is
the Oblivion
raw.
Ball's universe-destroying blast. This means the Omega effect and Infinity Gauntlet were both pretty even in terms of destructive ability. But unlike Thanos, Darkseid can use his Omega powers whenever and wherever he wants.
Once he lost the Gauntlet, Thanos could certainly survive star-level attacks, and even greater. But universal destruction is definitely a bit more than his purple Eternal Hide could handle. And even after that, Darkseid had plenty of ways to end the fight whenever he wanted, like the Omega Sanction.
Thanos was super powerful, but Darkseid was just faster, stronger, and even more ruthless.
And if you think about it, Thanos needed the Infinity Gauntlet to become a god, but Darkseid already was one.
Whew.
Thanos
Can't get bigger than that, man.
You son of a bitch!
The winner, is
That last thing, Thanos needs the Infinity
Hey,
Gauntlet,
thanks for watching this year's
but Darkseid is already a god. You can't even beat that. Look, I'm a Marvel fan, yeah. Like, if I had to pick between DC and Marvel, it's gonna be Marvel all the way, right? But Darkseid, if Darkseid is just too much of a badass compared to Thanos, and I believe that just from watching this. I don't know too much about Darkseid, but I believe that just from watching this. It's crazy, man. It is crazy how powerful. But DC villains have always been way more powerful than Marvel characters. DC characters in general have always been way more powerful than Marvel characters. But sometimes being the most powerful doesn't always make you the best character, you know. Look at Batman. Even though Batman probably beat Darkseid for some stupid annoying reason. As long as he has his precious prep time. But yeah, that was the sickest fight ever. They didn't mention anything about Thanos' weakness. Thanos' weakness is when he has too much power, he kind of subconsciously makes himself lose. Because Thanos is so smart that even though he wants something, deep down inside, it's really hard to explain. Deep down inside, he'll kind of sabotage himself. A little bit because of arrogance and a little bit because he knows that, yeah, after I win this fight, I'm going to have nothing, so I kind of don't really want to win. But he doesn't know he's doing that. He's subconsciously doing that. That's one of his biggest weaknesses. That's how the Avengers managed to beat someone so powerful in the comic books. But yeah, great death battle. Probably one of my favourite death battles. I think it might be my favourite one. That was a sick fight. Really good job with the animators there. Well done, Screw Attack. I enjoyed this one. That was brilliant. Anyway, if you like my reaction, give me a like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I'll see you again. Peace.